Understanding seller-paid versus lender-paid credits towards closing costs. This video will help explain two common strategies that can help reduce the cash required to purchase a home. They are seller-paid closing costs and lender-paid closing costs. The three main benefits of using these options are: it lowers the upfront cash requirement for a buyer, it helps a buyer purchase a home today instead of waiting until they've saved more money, it can free up cash for possible home renovations. Let's start by taking a look at what the cash requirement is for the purchase of a single-family home for $300,000 with an FHA loan and 3.5% down. With the purchase of $300,000, the down payment of 3.5% is about $10,500. The estimated closing costs are about $12,000. So the out-of-pocket cash needed from a buyer to purchase this home is $22,500. $22,500 might be more than what a first-time homebuyer has available, so let's take a look at some strategies that can help reduce that initial upfront expense. Seller-paid closing costs. This strategy is exactly as it sounds. The seller will pay a specific amount of the buyer's closing costs. Here's an example of how it would work building off of our previous example. Let's just assume that rather than finalizing a sales contract to purchase a home for $300,000, we offer the seller $312,000 for the same home and request that they pay $12,000 towards the buyer's closing costs. Here's how it'll look. With a higher purchase price of $312,000, the down payment of 3.5% is increased to $10,920. The estimated closing costs remain the same at about $12,000. However, you now have a $12,000 credit from the seller at closing for the buyer's closing costs. So in the end, when you add these three together, the buyer's cash outlay for this purchase is approximately $10,920. With this scenario, you're essentially including the closing costs into the financing by working with a higher sales price. Lender credit for closing costs. In certain scenarios, we as a lender can help the buyer reduce their out-of-pocket expenses with a lender credit. Here's how it works. On any given day, a lender has the option to offer a higher interest rate to the buyer in order to provide a credit towards their closing costs. So you can consider it a trade-off. In exchange for taking a higher interest rate, the buyer will receive a credit from the lender for their closing costs. Here's how our original example of a $300,000 purchase would look like with the lender credit. The purchase price remains the same at $300,000, the down payment of 3.5% remains the same as our first example at $10,500, the estimated closing costs are the same at about $12,000. However, we now have a lender credit for closing costs of $9,000. This is roughly 3% of the loan amount. So the out-of-pocket cash requirement for the buyer to purchase a home in this example is $13,500. We hope this informational video has helped explain some commonly used strategies to help homeowners reduce their initial cash outlay for purchasing a home. We've used very general assumptions of costs and interest rates for our examples. Please keep in mind that different markets may require some of these estimates to be more or less than our examples. Also, all scenarios are subject to a buyer's qualifications. Thank you for watching, and don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions or would like additional information on how to make these strategies work for you.